This video will contain spoilers. I would start with the Barbie and Oppenheimer reviews, but if I don't do the Blood and Treasure review now, I'll just forget. So final review, Blood and Treasure. Initially, I didn't want to watch it. I was introduced to it from my parents when only season 1 was out. They thought it was pretty good. It is kind of somewhat unique because it's unique for TV because it's basically just like the Da Vinci Code or Indiana Jones or The Mummy and stuff like that. It's more realistic than The Mummy. And there've been similar adventure things on TV, but nothing like this. So for TV, it is unique. And I initially didn't want to get into it because it has like a 5.9 rating on IMDb, I think. But then I was like, yeah, fuck the ratings. And it is pretty good. The only other thing I have to say is that, like, how the fuck was the show not cancelled? Because, season 1 aired in 2019. Season 2, because of Corona, did not air until 2022. Somehow the show was not cancelled. That's just a fucking miracle for them. Barbie, universally positive ratings, directed by Greta Gerwig. I seen it in cinema. Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, Simu Liu, Shitty Gatwa, Dua Lipa, Greta Gerwig. I don't think she might appear in that, I don't actually know. Will Ferrell, Emma Mackey, I didn't say her already. Michael Cera, Kate McKinnon, America Fiera, who I thought was going to play Barbie, but apparently not. Anne Hathaway does not appear in the film. John Cena and Helen Mirren do, though. It is really funny. Like, really, really funny. That being said, I hated the film. Like, it's not just that there's too much politics in it. Like, politics is actually the whole point of the story. Like, I've been making videos about how they're talking about politics and all these different shows I've been watching recently. I'm just going to take The Good Doctor, for example. If they have like a throwaway line where it's like, I don't know, people who look like me are arrested for nothing. Something like that. That's one line. I can mostly tolerate that. That's fine. I still enjoy The Good Doctor. I still enjoyed that one particular episode. But this, I'm just going to give as brief as I can, synopsis of the plot. So, Barbie starts to have sudden thoughts of death, and she starts basically getting old. So she goes to Kate McKinnon's Barbie, who is the weird Barbie. So basically, the way that the Barbies act is it depends on their owners. Sorry about that. I've said this already, but the way that all the Barbies act is dependent on their owners. So for example, Margot Robbie's Barbie is owned by America Fiera. And it's because America Fiera is having basically a midlife crisis, even though she's only like 37. She's having a midlife crisis, and that is reflected on Barbie. She's basically having a midlife crisis. So Kate McKinnon's Barbie, who's the weird Barbie because she is owned by someone who just played with the doll too hard and ended up like the hair's a mess, the clothes are all weird, she's always doing the splits and tumbling around like Mr. Tumble, stuff like that. Weird Barbie says to go to the real world, find Margot Robbie's owner, and basically just get her to stop having a midlife crisis. So they go to the real world. Ken tags along, and they go their separate ways for a bit. So Ken basically finds all this man stuff. He goes to like a library and reads about patriarchy and horses and all that, and he's trying to get all these like stereotypically manly jobs like being a lifeguard and all that. And then he gives up, returns to Barbie Land, and ends up setting up patriarchy, or what he thinks patriarchy is in Barbie Land. And then Barbie finds her owner, who technically the owner of her Barbie is actually America Fiera's daughter. It's just that America has been playing with the doll more recently than her daughter has, because her daughter is in her teens. So I'm trying to think one. So there's sort of 2 points to the film. Technically 3. Number 1, the entire world, no matter where you are, like America, Europe, Asia, does not matter. Wherever you go, the entire world is a patriarchy. And women have all these rules that they have to follow that the man set up. Which, I mean, you already know my opinion on that. Number 2, Barbie is a part of the patriarchy. Now, I don't know the history of Barbie, but if we're going off what the film has said about the history of Barbie, it was made by a woman, and the whole point of the Barbie dolls is that you can be, like, as a woman, you can be whatever you want. An astronaut, a doctor, a lawyer, does not matter. Yes, I don't know in real life, but in the film, all the higher-ups at Mattel are men. But that doesn't mean that it's patriarchy, because if the men are being like, right, what have we not covered? We don't have a, for example, teacher Barbie. They probably do, but let's just say that they don't. So they make one. That's not contributing to patriarchy. If anything, that would be the opposite. There's no like hidden intention behind it. It's just a fucking kid's doll that is made to teach them they can do whatever they want. So the technical third point of the film is that let's take that back. Let's make Barbie a real feminist figure, and they do that. She meets the creator of Barbie, and they talk for a bit, and it's like, I don't even know if I'm Barbie or not, and that's the end of the film. So I seen this with 4 other people: Ginger, Dylan, Ben Man, and the driver. They all fucking loved it. Even if I weren't a political person, I would still hate it, because I'm just tired of politics being in everything. So, after that, driver and Dylan left. So it was me, Ben Man, and Ginger, and then Dylan's cousin came. And there was an hour break between Barbie and Oppenheimer. So we went to CEX. I traded in 6 games and bought 3. 2 of those games, actually, one of those games I've already played. The other 2 will be getting reviews. Then went to Asda and bought nothing. Didn't went to the cinema and watched Oppenheimer. Universally positive ratings, directed by Christopher Nolan. I watched it in the cinema. Cillian Murphy Florence Pugh, Robert Downey Jr., Emily Blunt, Rami Malek, Jack Quaid, Matt Damon, Josh Peck, David Dastmalchian. God damn, I done that well, I would say. I had a feeling that was Gary Oldman as Harry Truman. Dylan Arnold was in it? Huh. I had a feeling that was Dane DeHaan, Casey Affleck. Didn't know Gustav Skarsgård was in it. I had a feeling that was Kenneth Branagh. I had a feeling that was Jason Clarke. I saw that Alden Ehrenreich got credit, but I didn't notice him. I didn't know James Darcy was in it. I didn't know Scott Grimes was in it. Didn't know Louise Lombard was in it. Didn't know James Raymore was in it. I had a feeling it was Tim DeKay. I didn't know Jack Cutmore Scott was in it. And apparently the guy that plays Roderick in the Diaries of Wimpy Kid movies is in this as well, but I don't actually know who that is. I know who Roderick is, but I don't know like what he looks like now. It is right. Dylan had seen it before us. He said he hated it. That it was just talking, as if, you know, what the fuck else are they gonna do? Like, this film is kind of different from other Christopher Nolan films because it's not a thriller. It's just drama. Because the whole thing of it is Oppenheimer's life. Even bits outside of him building the nuke. Because there's like his love life, his brother, all that, and they do all connect into him making the nuke, but it isn't 100% about it. And Dylan said there was, you can split the film into 3 parts. Making the bomb, dropping the bomb. Oh shit, we dropped the bomb. Yeah. Like, just what the fuck else do you want? Obviously, there's not going to be any action or well, there's suspenseful moments in it, especially with the bomb dropping. But you know, it's not like Inception or The Dark Knight or something like that. So, like, just I don't know what else to say. I loved it. And I think the difference between why I loved it and Dylan hated it is because I knew what to expect. And I don't know why Dylan thought that anything else was going to happen.